Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and welcome to another part of the long drive. After the disaster that happened to my car at the end of the last one, I decided to start another new file, but I thought I'd go through the whole setup and get out of the garage before actually starting. And then I ended up driving down the road for a bit, and I discovered something, which is directly behind me, that I thought was worth doing another episode on. Because I found a bus stop, and not only that, I found a bus. But as you can see, the bus apparently spawned on top of the bus station's sign, so I didn't know that. I went to open the engine compartment, and when I did, is when it popped to the top here. Wiggled around a bunch, slammed my car over to the side, I had to stick it back together, and then came to rest here. Also, I piled a bunch of dead rabbits under here. They weren't here originally. But I opened the engine compartment to see if everything was there, and it seems like everything was. This is the engine, which is separate from the gas tank. It has just the oil tank on it. Then here's the coolant. The problem is, if we open the fuel tank here, you can see it's full of gas, oil, diesel, and water. So I'm just going to let that drain. I'm not really sure how you would drain this normally, if it would just drain if you leave it open. But this is working to get all that shit out of there. I do have, in my pink unicorn car, a can of diesel and a can of water, so we should be able to get this bus running, as far as I know. So I thought that would be a good focus for this episode, is just getting this sucker going again. So I'm thinking we can use the car to dislodge it, if we just ram into it a bunch, and then we can start filling it up. Now, I only have 20 liters of diesel, which is probably not that much. Oh, there's another rabbit. So, we'll probably need to see if we can find some diesel. But I think we should drive the bus around a bit, because I've never actually tried one of these. Also, it turns out you can kill the inflatable wife. Alright, well first off, I'm gonna move all these bodies over because otherwise they'll probably fucking fly everywhere when I drop the bus. But I think we're gonna take these with us as our passengers aboard the bus. You know, stick them in the seats. Oh, I think that one's impaled on the post. Oh, no, there we go. Dislodged him. And that fuel tank is gonna take a while to drain. What are we at? Oh no, it's almost empty. There we go. And let's close that. Can I put a cap on? I'm worried that it's going to leak as soon as I put anything in it. Well, that won't be a problem until we actually move it. So let's close everything up. I should probably stick the engine back on, since that'll probably be harder to do otherwise. I'm also stuck in the signpost. Or the engine is just really heavy. Okay, where is the attach point? Oh. Yeah, I imagine this thing's gonna be a little rowdy. It doesn't look like it's really stuck on there that hard, so maybe I should just give it a ram while it's in a good position. Put this here so I don't lose it. We'll also put the tire there so I don't lose it. Anything that falls off the bus needs to be moved. Okay. So let's see. It's hooked on that side, so if we push it from that side, it should slide right off the sign, ideally. Now, I don't really know how well this is going to work. You don't really have a lot of opportunities to rub vehicles together in this game, so I'm hoping this thing has enough shove force that I can just gently do it. Ooh, the springiness is rejecting me somewhat. Because the alternative is that we back up and then do it. I was going to run over that rabbit, but it really doesn't want to be run over. I found when I was trying to hunt them down that they're actually kind of hard to get to come after you. You know, I really thought this would work better than it is. Uh-oh. Well, now I think I'm wedged under the bus. Balls. That's gonna go bad for my car if the bus actually gets unstuck, because it's gonna go flying. Oh, I think I'm kind of withdrawing. I'm like full reverse right now. Why did honking the horn unstick me? I don't think I can even muster enough force to, like, pit maneuver this thing. This is going to be a tough one. This is the real challenge, is how do I unstick a bus? Alright, let's sleep. Let's have a sleep on it. Now, I left the engine running. I don't know if that actually drains gas faster, because it doesn't seem like time passes in any regard except the actual day-night cycle when you sleep. I cannot leave my car on. Nope, stop. Alright, well, I guess I can try sticking the coolant on and see if that unsticks it, since it is right where the sign goes. Right, goes like here. Okay, that didn't actually work. What if I just keep taking the engine off and putting it back on? I actually think the engine is wedging it worse than not having the engine there. Oh, it's so heavy. It's going to be such a pain to put this thing back on. Also, there's the button to open the bus. I learned after our first encounter with a bus that there is a button underneath the bumper to open it from the outside. Boy, I really hope I don't lose my jerry can. I keep thinking that friggin' little hanger back there is something behind my car. Well, I might have not parked as close as I should have. Let's see if I can just... Nope, don't dismount. I just want to push. I guess you really can't push the car when the handbrake is on, unless you tip it over. I'm gonna climb up on this little bar here. I guess it doesn't really work as a ladder if you go slowly. You have to just jump up it. What would really help is if I can get inside this, I could at least turn off the brake. Because that's probably making it harder to move this thing. Somehow, I don't think even with your, like, super strength you have in this, you can just push the bus. Come on. Well. I was hoping I could shoot the door open switch, because then I could at least get in these doors. I don't suppose there's one for the back door, is there? Yeah, it looks like there's no bumper button on this side. How can I get inside the bus? Can I get on top of it? I can get on top of it. If only I was heavier, I could knock it off. Now, the question is, can I get in the bus from up here? I think if I very gradually fall in... No. You don't have a lot of air control. Man, I wish my car was taller. It's gonna be like the whole episode just to unstick this bus. But, you know, that's something different. We haven't done that yet. Alright. I was kind of hoping maybe I could get it in like this. I think maybe if I put the hand there, I could get in. Or, I think I actually shoved it closer to the bus stop now. Okay. I'm inside. Barely. Let's just get in the seat. Okay, I think I turned the handbrake off. Where's the door? Oh, okay, there's all the other doors. Okay, so the handbrake is now off, and the doors are open, so I can get back in easily. It seems like I'm actually just slowly sinking into the bus when I try to push it. Like, it's just absorbing me. Okay, so hopefully now that the handbrake's off, I can just kind of roll it backwards. Come on. I know you weigh like 4 times more than this car, but the power of physics compels you. I guess we still have the problem where it's hooked on the sign, though. Ooh, I think I just broke my, my top hooks off. Or at least they popped out for a second. I guess doing this in third person might also help. Because there is a third-person cam that I almost never use. I feel like I'm making progress here. It is moving, at least. It's not completely wedged. That sign is really jammed in there. I don't know why the camera keeps trying to turn to the side. The unfortunate thing is I'm pretty sure if I hit this at full speed, I would just die. But let's try that. I'll make a save there so we don't have to reset. I also don't think my engine really likes slamming into this thing. Alright, let's give her a good old shove. Oh, I can't even really get up to speed anymore. Really? Just dead stop? Not even like a collision calculation? I really don't want to give up on this bus, but man. It is so difficult to unstick it. I wish I could just break this fucking pole, but it's not an object that can be broken. Well, I can try the engine again. Eventually, this thing will go flying, this whole bus, and should possibly unstick it by that point. I mean... Ooh. So, it's so close now. It's not even wedged, it's just sitting daintily on top. Now, we should be able to pull it off. Also, I just noticed my hood is not actually attached anymore. It's just kind of sitting. Not sure why that matters, because if we get this bus going, I'm going to abandon the car, but Somehow it still did. I thought I just killed my engine. Also, I just noticed the speedometer fell out. Uh-oh. The car might be wedged now. There we go. I think these rabbit friggin' bodies are causing me problems. Get out of here, varmint. I mean, I guess pushing it isn't helping here because, like, the tires are not even touching the ground, so it's not as though they could roll out of position. Thing actually accelerates backwards faster than it goes forward. Come on. I can tell you just want to glitch. You just want to glitch out of here. Nope. There's a light there? I never noticed that. Remember what I was talking about? Man, I wish there was an overhead light in the car. I guess this one has one. Fucking katana. Oh, please, please. Stop spinning on your fucking axis and just come off. It just so badly wants to detach. My other thing is maybe if I actually drive it, I might be able to unstick it. But of course, it doesn't have any fuel right now, and I don't really know how I'm gonna oh, I got stuck in the step. I don't really know how to refuel it when it's stuck like this. I don't think I can just jump around either. Is that Priss? I don't think it's Priss. Alright, I don't have any other things I can... Yeah, those are just the lights. I was hoping the bus might have, like, some tricks I could use. Oh, there's my hood. There's my speedometer. Well, I might have to then stop the rest of this episode until I can figure out a way to unstick this thing. Because, I mean, you've seen, it's a struggle. Also, the engine is really heavy, so I wonder if this is weighing it down when I try to ram it. Yeah, that doesn't affect the sign at all. I can't believe that the one thing I'm stuck on is just this little sign. And otherwise, I have a perfectly functional bus. Though it might not be perfectly functional by the end of this. Alright. Let's leave the engine off and see if, man, my car did not fare well. All of my parts are just falling out everywhere. Also, I lost a tire, which is not great, because, kinda need that. This car is not surviving its encounters with the bus. I might have to take everything out. so that I don't lose, you know, the bus fuel. Fuel. This thing already have oil in it? Yeah, okay. Oh no, it's full of alcohol, so I need the oil as well, which I do have. And don't forget Grandpa's katana from the war. Alright, this thing is like turning into a bush car at this point. Just take everything off that's non-essential. I mean, the wheels are spinning. The problem is they're not touching the ground. I feel like this car is a little zippier without anything in it. I can't believe how stuck this bus is. Pushing it from this side, I feel like I am actually moving it a little bit. I think I'm just bending the accordion part, though. You know, winding it like a fucking spring, and it's gonna slingshot back. Come on. You can try to reject me as much as you want, but I'm not giving up on shoving you off of this thing. I mean, maybe shoving it from the other side might be better. I can't turn on my headlights anymore because I don't have any. They fell out. I guess we've got a double problem here because the accordion bend is bending in the opposite direction of where the thing is stuck. So I feel like I need to unkink it and then unstick it. I can't believe how this thing just eats force when you try to ram it. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Like, this is the most wedged I've ever seen a physics problem. Usually it either, you know, freaks out before it gets this stuck. It actually seems to be high enough that I almost can't reach... Oh, God. Yeah, see, it's just slightly out of place now. And, like, astoundingly, pushing it like this actually seems to be moving it more than what I was doing before. I suppose I can do the steer and push thing. Well, I'm gonna keep working at this, see what I can come up with, but you've seen all of my possible methods so far, so I'm just gonna have to repeat some of those until maybe we crack this bus problem. So give me some time. Well, folks, there it is. Isn't it a beautiful sight? That took about 10 minutes of me just, like, getting in the bus and jumping against the side of it and, you know, shoving and all that. I also died twice because, like Trespasser, if you force the physics too much, they will, in turn, crush you. Alright, now we gotta turn the brakes on so this thing doesn't roll away. Okay, now to get this thing drivable. First off, we're going to put the engine back in. Also, I discovered these panels here. I very nearly got the bus even further wedged by opening this because it was right next to where the sign was stuck. So if that thing plunged right through here, this thing would have been completely fucked forever. As it is, well, we can get it working. Okay, so first off, the engine. We're going to need to put the engine back on so that the oil and the gas doesn't leak out when we put it in. Oh no. Where did that come from? You can hear those rabbits from so much further away than you can see them. Well, I don't see one in any direction, so... Thankfully, I did save once I got the bus working, so... Even if we get killed here, it doesn't matter. Keep a cautious eye in that direction. Oh, this thing's so heavy. I can't even turn quickly with it or you drop it. How am I gonna get this thing in? I gotta, like, go into shrinky mode. I'm not close enough. Climb inside. Try to find the attachment point. There we go. Okay. So that is the engine. We're gonna need to sleep again. I'm still hearing that rabbit, still not seeing it. Okay, we need the engine. We need to put that one tire back on that fell off. Which I think is this one here. Okay. I don't think we're missing any wheels. Maybe one there. Okay, so maybe we're missing a few wheels. Or are these only supposed to have one wheel in the back? Yeah, I think only the middle ones are supposed to have two. Otherwise, they would have another attachment point in here. So I think we're good. It's surprising that we found one with all these wheels. Okay. So, I think the coolant is still attached. Yep. So now to actually fill these, I think we just need to fill them from inside. So we can close that. I gotta open the door again. So it's cool that they have the bus. Like, this is definitely a fun vehicle to find, even if it can be apparently pretty easy mode once you do find it. And have enough fuel for it, which we don't at the moment, so it's not full easy mode. Okay, there's the diesel. There's the water. I was worried that this wouldn't really be enough coolant to keep this thing running, but considering it's only a 10-liter tank, I guess it should be fine. Okay, and then we need the oil. Is this oil? No, it's empty. Oil I'm also very short on. There's only 1.5 liters, so hopefully this thing doesn't use a lot of oil. I've also never really seen if the vehicle uses up oil or not. Like, I've never checked my oil tank to see if it's going down in-game. Gotta find the friggin' attachment point for the floor panel. Okay. So this is full of alcohol. That's actually a problem. Forgot to drain that before putting it back in. Okay, though, if we go into super small mode, You can use the drain tank at the bottom. I wish there was a use for alcohol in this game, because right now it doesn't do anything. It's literally just a liquid that you can drink to fill up your piss. But that also applies to every liquid, including gasoline and diesel. So, as it is, it doesn't really serve a purpose. And this seems like the kind of game that would have a getting drunk mechanic. The traffic mod also has that as a weird, like, extra thing in it. Did I close the... That would just be like me. Get everything in place, and then, oops, left the tank open. Okay, it's closed. The oil will not fall out. It's also only a 10-liter tank, so we can't need that much oil. Alright, and now just the fuel. I didn't close it, did I? Seal that up. Kind of curious if you can even really crash this thing without suffering no damage. Because it seems like there's not a lot of pieces that can fall off, aside from the tires. I don't think the bumper comes off. Alright, now we need the diesel. I'm hoping this doesn't drain. I'm gonna take this slow, just in case, because I don't know what was causing it to drain before. Alright, 20 liters in the 280-liter tank. I think the only way we're going to fill that up is if we find a cargo ship, which you can find, and they're usually full of just barrels with various liquids in them, including gasoline, oil, and diesel. But also, like, alcohol and weird mixtures. Let me actually check. Is there a severed hand in here? If there is, you gotta tell me. I think there's just shit in there. What is that in there? There's something in there. Wow, I just really got high. I just need to stand on it and then crouch down. I guess if I spam it and hit F, I might be able to grab whatever it is. It doesn't look like a dookie. It is. Okay. Kind of figured it was, but it didn't look like one. Okay, so now this thing should start, right? Let's actually check that. Listen to that purr. This bus is ready for adventure. How do I turn it off? There we go. Okay, and that means this car is no good to me anymore. Be free. I wasn't going fast enough. It looks like it'll just keep going. There might not actually be enough acceleration to let this thing just go. Give that one to the rabbits as a freebie. I also took everything out of that, so it's not even possible that I'm going to lose something. Okay. So now we just need to load up the bus, and then we can start driving. Oops. Alright. Here is the driver's high five, when he just feels like high-fiving someone. And this will be the safety bumper, so that the actual bumper doesn't take any damage. I really wish you could bounce stuff on these beyond just, like, the hand. Oops. There. Now I shouldn't take the full brunt of an assault when I crash into something, because it'll just hit those instead. Alright, fuel tank closed. We have these little storage panels. There's really not a lot of space in them, but it's either that or anything I want to take with me is just going to rattle around inside the bus. I don't even think I really need these, because, you know, if I find something, it's immediately going into the tanks, because they're so big. And we don't have a siphon, so I can't use these as a siphon problem, because basically you can't bring the siphon with you unless you have a free slot in your hotbar, because it is impossible to transport with its ridiculous physics. What's that sound? Oh, that's a plane going by, isn't it? Because there are planes. Yep, there it goes. Like most things, I don't think it actually does anything. It's just an event that can happen. Wait, how much oil is that? 0.2. I was gonna drink it, but I'm full. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe I should actually put that in my tank. Also, how long would it take, you think, to clean this bus? Like with a sponge or a scrub brush? Alright, close that up. Bring Granddad with me. Yeah, just sit there where I need you. Alright, let's grab some passengers and then we can get on the road. These are immediately going to cause problems, I just know it. If you'll all take your seats, we are ready to begin our journey. Some people are just dead tired when they hit the bus. Nobody said this was going to be a comfortable trip for the passengers. They're basically just cargo. You know, I took a lot of Greyhound buses as a kid. Because, you know, having one parent that lives in another city means having to travel there, but, you know, I was taking buses alone for 5 hours when I was that age. And I never really had a problem, you know? Nobody ever tried to behead me with the knife they had in their jacket, like that one guy. But it was an interesting experience at that age to be traveling on these buses. Never this big, though. Greyhound buses they're always just single cabin, car? What would you call that for a bus? Alright. All doors closed. Hand is in place. Let's start driving. Man, wow, this thing here sucks. I really need that window. One thing I'm not going to be used to at all is the accordion driving. I mean, I don't even drive at all, so the extra stuff like driving with a trailer or something attached to the back of your car that would make it jackknife is entirely new to me. Alright, so one thing the bus is not is quick. Oh, there's a building over there. I gotta do this to lean if I want to look back. Actually, this is not a bad way to drive the bus. Neck extended. What are you looking at? Something else I learned you could do is you can do a drop camera with your car if you hold C, where it'll just drop the camera behind. It does not seem to work with the bus, though. Unless you go to third person and then do it. I like that this is where the camera centers. I was hoping for much more of a... Alright. And we're coming up to our first stop, so if you'd all like to take a 15-minute break to stretch your legs, now's your time. Well, our passengers are all still here. Alright, so this is a garage. These doors make the exact same sound effect as when you piss. No, maybe not. Something else makes that sound effect in this game, though. Wow, that is some force. Oh man, spray paint. Can we spray paint the bus? We can. It looks like the whole side, or maybe the whole thing just counts as one panel. Yeah. Since none of this can come off, this whole body is just one panel, which means maybe it's a lot easier to clean than I thought. Alright, well. Unequip, drop. We got red spray paint here. And maybe this will make our bus go faster. Is the roof a separate color? Maybe I can't color the roof at all. Well, it's now the red bus. Oh, the doors. The doors are their own. They don't seem to be paintable either. I'm just making the actual bus redder and redder. I don't suppose we got a sponge in here. Let's turn the light on. What's in this barrel? Nothing. Seems to be the case most of the time with the barrels you find in garage rooms. There's a brush. I don't know if this counts as rusty at this point. I mean, it's making the dust effect, which makes me think it's actually doing something, but maybe it just takes a long time to derust a bus. But this might actually be as clean as you can get it. You know, I think this is the dirty paint stage, which is where you need a sponge or some spray. Well, it's not damaging the brush, and it's not cleaning the bus, so I think it's a brush. That was me trying to say bust and brush at the same time. Didn't really work. That was also a bust. Severed hands. Yeah. Who keeps losing all their hands, though? I kind of want to attach that to the inside of the door like it was severed when they closed the doors. Got an engine. Empty. Gas oil mix. Empty. All right, well, let's take a nap. Cuddled up to this engine. There is that car on the roof, but I don't even think there's a way to get to the roof in these buildings. Unless you stand on top of the bus. These are all empty. Oh, there's another BB gun. Some water. Is that gas? That's gas. Don't need that. A tiny bit of oil. Alcohol. Empty. Yeah, this is a pretty shitty gas station. There's a sponge. Take that. Big old barrel of alcohol. Looking like there's nothing else in here I would want. No metal bars. No more severed hands. There we go. Turns out it's actually really easy to clean the bus. What am I seeing a reflection of right there? Is that just the glass? I think to get it any shinier, we need some spray. Alright, back in the bus. If you ain't on the bus now, you're getting left behind. That kind of works. Yeah, our fuel tank is still very low. Alright, well, back to the road. I think those rabbits are actually fucking with my frame rate. Hey, settle down back there. Otherwise, I'm kicking you off the bus. Alright, well, now that we actually got the bus working, I can probably wrap up shortly. But let's see if we can find another landmark before we do. Cactus meet bus. High five. Oh, I just love the extended neck. Bring it around town. Okay, this is where we gotta turn. So, I guess the bus can actually pick up a lot of speed from what I've heard. It just takes a long time to get to that point. Hearing a little bit of screeching back there. Like maybe one of the tires is locking up. We're only going about 50. And we can't seem to go over that. Maybe it's because our tires are in such shit quality. I should have took the scrub brush to them. Not to the tires, but to the wheels. I'm not sure if that affects the speed of the vehicle, or if that's just the quality of the tires. And to fix the tires, we need some semen spray. Another nice thing about the bus is I think I can take out my binoculars without them getting stuck through the windshield. Which is a problem you have with, like, all of the cars. It is really hard to drive and use binoculars at the same time. Who would have thought? Oop. Almost clipped that pole at non-fatal speeds. Here's a tower. I don't even think it's worth stopping for a tower. They just have, like, such useless loot. Like, oh, here's some binoculars. Which is good if you lose your binoculars in some kind of crash-related incident. But otherwise, you don't really need them. I think another one of the landmarks I haven't seen yet is... I think there's a... like, lowerable bridge kind of thing. But considering I haven't seen any water or holes in the ground that you would need a bridge over, I'm not really sure if that's real or not. But I feel like I heard about that from someone. Where you have to, like, get out, go into the building, lower the bridge before you can drive across. But who knows? I really haven't gone that far into one run. Looks like we got a pretty barren stretch of road right now, though. I think that's the oil light that's going off. There are 4 lights on this panel. We got a full fucking Simon Says. Funny thing is, there's multiple radio stations in this game, and they're all voiced by the same person. He's just running all of the radios.
Today I have talked to a man who came to the studio and he said that he wants to repopulate the village and he is searching for women to do that. So he can serve mankind and repopulate the earth, you know. But one of our female callers said that she knows the guy and this is just a trick to get women. And this dude cannot be trusted. Still, even if it's a trick, I think it's a good idea. We need to repopulate the earth, so I can tell you guys more news because I think we have only a few people listening to us, sadly, and that is not good for business.
We need to repopulate the earth so I have more listeners.
Seems like it will shine on forever, and you listening to this station right now, shine on.
Ooh, the other rabbits did not like that. They would remember that.
Hey my friends, this is Jason, and this is Chat Till You Die, or for short, CTYD Radio.
Look, if you don't like it, you can get the fuck off my bus.
Till we die.
That's all I have to say about that.
That I thought would be exciting to talk
I think
about.
that is a gas station over there.
About the future. What do you guys think the future will be like? Will there be flying cars, robots, or robots you can have sex with? Flying sex robots you can have flying sex with? I mean, you know, the possibilities are pretty much endless. Chat till you die.
Alright, I think this will be our last stop for today.
I always imagine what people in the future will be doing to have fun. We thought about the sex bars before, but what are computers going to be like? Will they be
One person trying to cling on.
What
Get
about the women?
off
Will they be smarter,
my
bigger?
bus.
Sorry, I'm getting out of control again here. We all saw the movies about robots. I think they excite me the most. I mean, not in a sexual way, only in a strict technical way, you know. I think they are fascinating. Maybe one
I
day
thought he was stuck
they
on
can
the
make
high
robots
five.
that look like us, that
Oh,
talk
no.
like us, behave like us, have sex like us. Sorry again, man. But hey, this is an
There's just so many possibilities that come to mind when I see these severed hands. Like, I'm thinking now, okay, what if I take a dead rabbit and attach a bunch of severed hands to it to make some sort of hand monster, like that one short film on YouTube. Poop. Coolant tank. A hood. A basket. I guess these are actually for attaching to the moped. You can use them as little useless storage. Like, I can't even imagine what you would fit in there in this game. Speedometer. Blue paint. A crate. What a shitty gas station. There was also a seat. And a shiny bus tire. We're gonna take that. Is he still talking about the sex robots?
And, you know, we have no business in this. We don't even know how they built it. You know what I'm saying? And just like genetic mutations and the evolution, that robot builds another one. And that robot builds another robot. You know? Man, you know, the building process and the whole speed of this whole thing.
The bus is pretty easy to get on top of.
This is actually pretty horrifying to think about.
Get this garbage wheel out of here.
CTYD Radio.
Hello, shiny. None of my tires look like they're in particularly bad condition. That wheel does, though. You are the worst wheel. This wheel is in slightly better shape than the other one, so we'll replace our super rusty one with a less rusty one.
Yes, chat till you. Yes. Die. The future.
Good.
Talk about the future.
Got rid of him. Okay,
I don't know if I have
so,
told you that
as usual,
or
I don't know if I'm going to be doing more of this game.
And you
It
know
always
what else
just
I
really
love?
depends on if I feel like
Cars.
I'm in the mood for it.
Who was the genius that invented cars?
And usually that happens when I end up watching a bit of someone else play it, and I'm like, oh yeah, we should give that another go.
I saw drawings of a 16th century, 17th century car. Well, it was planned at least. How amazing is that? People wanted to overcome great distances. And of course, horses were great. Without horses, we would not have evolved so quickly, you know. But how weird is that? When animals
But yeah, so
riding on another
we'll come back to this game at some point, but I don't know if it's going to be with this bus in this run, or if it'll be a new run, some new vehicle, or new circumstances.
For granted now, but did you guys seriously think about it sometimes?
Hold up.
You have to respect cars.
We might not end just yet.
Drive your wife to the hospital to give birth. Yes, even if you have
Okay, there's one more structure over there. Let's go check that out, and then we'll wrap up.
But cars, I mean trucks, were used to get food from one place to another. Bring it to the stores.
I wish I knew what was keeping this bus from going faster, though. Let's see if we go over 50 now that we switched out the worst wheel.
How cars are gonna look like in the future? Will they be faster? Of course. Will they be louder? I think not. What about the shape, the forms? It is just a really interesting thing to talk about, you know. What will they be made
If
of?
this bus goes
Plastic,
over
plants,
50 miles an hour, it will explode.
The
That's too much
possibilities
excitement for a
always
bus.
Are endless. This is Jason, and you're listening to Chat Till You Die. Oh, you wanna know why? Chat till you die.
Alright, I think that's it right there.
These new rabbits. One of my colleagues said they are friendly, but I don't know, man. I just don't like their face. You know, I never really thought about this before. Do animals have faces? If you look at your cat, I mean, the same type of cat, does it have the same face as the other same type of cat? You know what I mean? Like, look at your dog. Buy another one that is the same as yours. Do they have different faces? What's wrong with the faces of these rabbits? I don't know, man. What's wrong with my face? Hey, give me a mirror, guys. Holy shit, who is this? Is this
What's
me?
wrong with your
I didn't look at
face?
myself for so
Alright, we're almost there. This thing was actually farther away than I thought, but also we're going pretty slow.
Is it really worth to live on?
So
like
hey, if
this?
one of you who has found a
I
bus
tried.
before, because I know a few people watching this will have found a bus, tell me how to make it go faster.
This is
Because I don't know what I'm doing wrong here.
Die.
Maybe I just need more fuel.
I was wondering if, you know, if there's a special cause for this situation we are in right now. You know, this after the end of the world scenario.
Oh wow.
Like,
It stops really quickly.
Did some aliens just take away most of our water?
I was expecting to coast in.
Well, no one knows for sure, but I am sure as hell going to chat about
I do
this
find it
stuff.
funny that it comes with its own chunk of concrete,
Talking
so that
about
even if it spawns in the middle of the desert,
most of
it's
the
flat.
scientists who are still alive are saying that there are only 300,000 people left in the whole. This just came in right now, and that's, you know, sad, but it's still a lot, you know. Well,
I can't take this sign with me.
I mean, from my
Oh, that's broken glass. I can't eat that.
but still, I think we should see more.
This isn't 7 Days to Die,
I know most of them got mutated.
where you can accidentally eat broken glass and bleed to death.
But what I wanted to say is that
Alright, we're all pissed up.
because we are so far away from each other.
Oh, there's some oil there.
No one dares to have sex anymore because of, you know, the viruses fighting over fuel and resources. If you see a woman, you don't make love to her, you kill her and you take her fuel and her car. And you sure as hell have to do this because if you don't, she's going to do the same to you. Trust me.
I'm curious, am I pissing alcohol or water into this bucket? It's a shame that that doesn't seem to count as a separate liquid. Where's the indoor lights?
Today a man has been reported of chatting till he died. How sad, man. Although, I like it. I like it.
There's a bunch of bus parts in here, I just realized.
Guy died. I like the fact that
Shiny wheel.
because
Yeah, I could replace all of my bad wheels with the rest of these, I think.
I love it too, I must say.
So yeah, we're gonna end here at this gas station, and
He died, but
thank you again for joining me for another one of these long drive videos. Thanks for sticking around to see my bus come to fruition, because I really was not sure if I was gonna manage to get that thing unstuck or not, but I'm glad I did,
you can find
because it's another vehicle we got to try. I still haven't tried the new car, though, the most recent one that was added. So hopefully that'll show up eventually. But until our next excursion, take care, everyone.